Hey guys, Chris with Life and Real Estate coming at you with a life lesson for a change today. I did promise you one, so here we go. So, what is today's life lesson? Today's life lesson is going to be more of a question for you, and I want you to really think about it because there's a reason we've been building up all these videos about changing your life and pursuing your dream or goal or whatever it is that you're working on, right? So, the question I have for you: are you living or are you just existing? Okay. And what do I mean by that? Well, living life is different than just simply being here to exist, right? So um, it's at the point where we're gifted with life, you know, but we often get caught up in like the day to days and false expectations that we forget how to live, right? So, living life is waking up every morning and having purpose, not just rolling out of bed because you have to that day, like you have to go to work or whatever. That's not what living is all about. Um, Living life is about chasing and fulfilling those dreams and goals and things you want for yourself, and whatever it takes to do to get there. Not just giving up on them and with numerous excuses. We've all had them, and I know you have too, so don't lie. Um, Living life is being grateful for the things that you do have in your life, um, and not, I guess you want to say, not like you're unworthy of chasing what you um, don't have, I guess, for lack of better words, right? Um, Living life is also about embracing change in your day to day and being willing to chase that growth, not giving in to the fear and avoiding change. Because if you don't change something, you can't grow as a person, right? And you can't change your life if you're not willing to actually accept change. Um, so I have a couple other questions I want to ask you to go hand in hand with this. How much control do you really have in your own life, or is an even better question is, are you letting your life control you? So, which is it? Are you in control, or is life controlling you? So that's a big question you have to answer for yourself. Um, you know, Living life is taking life as it comes, embracing it, and doing as much as you can to feel fulfilled every day. Okay. Whereas existing is just simply being here physically and doing whatever you have to do to get through the day. Living is choosing happiness. It's choosing to live, not just be a body that just acts like a robot and does the same thing day in and day out, right? So you can't make yourself get past that existence, stage if you're not willing to accept change and really work on becoming more than just a body. Okay. So I really want you to think about that one. And I know that one's kind of deep, but especially for, well, here it's almost 10 o'clock. For me, it's been a long day. So I do apologize if I'm a little scruffy. So, um, you know, humidity does that. Um, so I'll leave you on some key bullet points here. I really want you to think about and really write down the answers and shoot them to me. I'd like to know. Um, I want to know what your responses are. Um, I want you to question yourself. Um, you know, don't be afraid to really get in deep to yourself to know who you are, um, and ask why. Why are you still in this place rather than progressing forward? Um, you know, there's always we all have answers inside of us. It's just a matter of prying those out and trying to discover them. And it's those who don't that just continue to exist, never really reaching their potential or living, for lack of better words. Um, Another thing to keep in mind is I want you to start really thinking about doing what you want to do. And I know we've been talking a lot about this the last few weeks here. Um, we're often playing the follow leader, if you want to go that, if you want to say that, um, and you feel bad when you don't do what makes you happy. Well, but because you're just following the pack and you think that's giving you some kind of false fulfillment. So don't fall into that trap either, right? Um, Trying to think what else I can really say that I want you guys to think about and write down. Um, well, another thing I can suggest for you to kind of help you along this journey in trying to reach that point of just thinking outside of just the existing box here. Try to find joy in the little things. It doesn't have to be a big thing to have joy out of it, right? You don't have to accomplish some major, huge thing to feel good and fulfilled. Like little things can help you feel that way too. It's just you need to recognize them. Um, learn how to be grateful. Um, find joy in all the little things that you do, and it makes it easier to find happiness if you're too caught up on wanting the big things and not focusing on enjoying what little things you have. Um, that just creates more uh, further away from just living. You're too nitpicky, if you will. Um, you're taking those smaller things for granted because you never know. Sometimes those smaller things, depending what they are, they could just be gone someday. And what do you have to show for it, right? Um, Another big thing that I can say to kind of help you on this path too, um, stop seeking approval from other people, right? Um, you want to seek approval from yourself first. Confidence and happiness kind of go hand in hand, and they come from within, not you know Bob's mom or something, right? It's um, and it doesn't fulfill you or make you feel as good for as long if that approval is coming from somebody else. If it's something that you have approval from yourself, then that tends to last a lot longer. Um, you know, I know this is kind of cliche, and I've heard it thrown around a lot, but um, you know, you can't love someone else if you don't love yourself, right? Um, and then you got to start thinking of you and living your life and living in your happiness and really focusing on you so that you can spread the love, if you will, and maybe help somebody else find their way into the living instead of just existing. um, and I'd have to say, finding that purpose that we've talked about, right? That's um, one of the things I think we've talked about. It's been a bit ago now, so I can't exactly say what video that's in. If I happen to remember and find it, I will link it in the description. But finding your purpose, um, if a life with no meaning is just not worth living. Um, you know, and finding a reason why you want to wake up every morning and get up and do your goal, your dream, new business, whatever it may be. Um, it's having that purpose is gives you that reason to actually live and not just exist. And finding your end purpose, or at least your overall purpose, that can take time. But in the meantime, you can still find little purpose nuggets, if you will, that kind of help you get there. There are people who spend years looking for their purpose, and it takes that long to develop and form before they actually realize that, hey, there it is. Um, and I encourage you to keep seeking it every day. But at least in the meantime, try and give yourself little purpose nuggets to help you find your way. You know, and eventually the bigger one will come. It just takes time. Um, so that's kind of what I'm going to leave with you guys today. I really want you to question yourself and ask, are you living or are you just existing? And if you feel like you fall into the just existing category and you want to change that, then listen to what I've said in the other videos, listen to what I'm telling you here, and start redefining what you need to make it so you're not just existing, that you're actually living life. And because nobody wants to just be an existent being, you know, you don't want to be just a physical body that's here for the sake of being here. You actually want to have purpose in your life and do something that makes you feel fulfilled. Feel fulfilled. Good Lord, can't talk. Um, so I'll leave you guys on that note. I think that's a good way to wrap up this weekend. It's been a crazy week, and we're starting again tomorrow. So um, I'm not quite sure what we'll do for tomorrow's video, but we'll see you in the next one, guys. Stay positive, stay blessed, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.